Coda is emerging as a favorite tool for work management and document handling. But is it the right tool for you? With smarter automation, stronger data handling, and an improved UI, Coda is finally stepping out of the shadows of its more famous counterpart, Notion. And it might just be the right tool for you and your business. Hi there, I'm Alex Knowles from automationhelpers.com, and we help companies like yours get set up and automated using industry-leading portals, apps, and integrations. In this video, we will guide you through Coda, giving you an understanding of how to use it and hopefully finding out together if it is the right tool for you and your business. We will start off with the basics of building docs and pages. Then we'll look at best practices, features, and fields, as well as who this tool is best suited for and how it can help organize chaotic workflows and systems. Let's start things off simply. What is Coda? Well, Coda is a powerful platform that bridges the gap between a document editor and a spreadsheet. It acts like a doc. You can write, format, and share content just like in Google Docs or Notion Pages, but it thinks like a spreadsheet, allowing you to create dynamic tables with powerful formulas and filters like Excel. Whether you're managing your business, projects, and tasks, or analyzing client data, or just brainstorming ideas, Coda has the flexibility to empower you to build whatever your team needs, and then connect this to your other systems. Coda's help resources, available in both written and video formats, provide clear guidance throughout the learning process and are always there to support you. I'll make sure to link these resources in the description of this video, but let's not waste any time and actually look at using Coda. We'll kick things off by just looking at the basic building blocks of Coda. To get started, you'll first need to create an account. So head to Coda's website and select the Get Started for Free or Try, whatever the button says for you. Sign up and follow the on-screen prompts. And once you're done, you'll be directed to the dashboard. Ta-da! If you already have an account, well, just jump into your dashboard and then follow me. Now, Coda's dashboard is your command center. Here is your current workspace. Usually that's the company level. And on the left panel, you can toggle between your workspaces, if you have multiple, that is. And here it is that you can also access your workspace tools, settings, and permissions. You can manage all of your documents here in your dashboard. If you are familiar with Notion, documents would be similar to team spaces. And in platforms like Airtable and SmartSuite, they might be considered workspaces or solutions. Though, of course, the hierarchy and structure differs for each platform. Now, let's look at building in Coda. You can start with a blank doc or access Coda's template gallery. And I always suggest taking a look at the templates to get your build started, or at least understand how the platform works. Let's go ahead and create a team hub. So we're going to use the product team hub. Now, notice here, Coda wants to support you in your building journey. It's always there offering resources and guides, which I love about this platform. I'm just going to skip the setup and show you the basic building blocks. Now, we've already discussed what a doc is. That's the first building block, a high-level view of your work or your workspace. This doc that we're using is the product team hub. To the left, we can view our docs pages. We have a navigational intranet as our home page. We have a project tracker page. I'm just going to skip this pop-up. Again, they're always there to support, which is awesome. As stand-up and meeting page, as well as a simple PRD template page. Now, we've looked at docs and pages, but let's quickly create a page. We'll create a standard operating procedure and guide page, basically a team wiki, info for how to do things, where to access things. You get the gist. So we looked at docs and we looked at pages. Now let's look at the other building blocks. Elements. But first, let's customize this. I'll add an icon, change the layout to standard, and we can make further edits to the docs format and design through page options. Now, to add an element, the last building block, to your doc, just simply select a blank line and either select the plus icon to the left or use the shortcut / command. Then you'll see a drop down with all available elements, all available building blocks. The thing that I love about tools like Coda is that the focus is very much on building a visual, cohesive, and collaborative workspace. Other platforms like Airtable and Monday.com or SmartSuite focus more on data management and getting the job done. But this isn't a bad thing at all. It's just different focuses from different platforms. But Coda actually takes it a step further and blends documents with data in the one solution. Yes, you can build beautiful and functional dashboards in these previously mentioned tools, but their primary emphasis is often on organizing and managing structured data efficiently. Coda, on the other hand, shifts the focus towards empowering teams to build fully customizable and cohesive workspaces. Now let's look a little bit into styling. Formatting text is key to making your doc readable and engaging. And if you aren't using docs in Coda, well, you shouldn't be using Coda. You should be using a platform like Airtable or SmartSuite instead. You'll want to use headings to create a hierarchy, as well as formatting your text, using bold and italics, and even adding pops of color to highlight the information that's most important. Now, also, don't forget to use dividers to break up your sections and make everything look much more professional. If you want to take things up a notch, you can. Just try adding some visual elements like inserting images, videos, or even info from other apps and systems to make your doc more dynamic, interactive, and informational. You also don't want to overlook Coda's buttons, which allows you to trigger actions directly from your doc, like filtering data, adding a new task, or even sending a Slack notification. That's right, with buttons, you can enact things to happen in other apps. Now, having this paired with conditional formatting in tables allows you to highlight overdue tasks or flag items that need immediate action and contact the person that needs to do it. So we took a look at the building blocks of Coda, but what about databases? Pretty important. Think of databases in Coda like a supercharged spreadsheet, and each database item, a row. Coda lets you store, organize, and manipulate your data dynamically, all while keeping it linked to your docs. Now, to create a database, simply add a building block. You have multiple displays or views available for that database. Let's just quickly create a table view. So we'll select that, and then we can start with a blank template, or if you already have a database available, just use a pre-existing one. Let's create a table view. We can start with a blank database, or if you already have data available, use a pre-existing one. Now, let's start with a blank slate, and I'm just going to move this to the top of the page, bring out the sides here. And again, I'll mention that what I really appreciate about Coda is that next level of customization it allows me to do to really create my own tailored workspace. Okay, so we have the columns. In other tools, these are properties or fields, and we've got our name column. We've got some notes, and let's see what custom columns we can create. If we select add column here, we have the basics, text, numbers, all that. But for a project tracker, we want to create a date field, which will specifically be when this particular task is due. So we'll just leave it name. Let's say prepare branding guidelines. That is due on the 1st of January. Then we'll just quickly delete these columns. Delete. And all I'm doing is just right-clicking on the column, which will bring up this pop-up window. So I'll delete that. And I'll just quickly add a assignee, of course, who's actually looking after this. We'll say me. Pop that there. I'm just going to remove the notes from this view. Then also we'll want to include a status field, of course. Let's say this is currently in progress. Let's see what else we've got. Perhaps a link that will provide further information or a Google Drive link for the branding guidelines. But I really wanted to show off, we previously mentioned the button, but what about the formula field? Now, the formula field within Coda is incredibly powerful. The functions, operations that we have available far go beyond what is usually offered in a work management tool. Not only that, we can actually use formula fields. Well, we wouldn't call them formula fields. We can create formulas anywhere within Coda. Let me show you what I mean. So we're just going to add a building block, and it's going to be a formula. We'll add that, and I'll just leave it and quickly, let's say due date the 1st. Let's say we've got a kickoff date. So I'm just going to bring this to the front. After doing that, I'm just going to quickly change the table name from table, so it's not generic, to testing table. And we'll open up our formula again. And this is a really cool thing that I want to show you. So we can see here that we've got our testing tables become available and we can choose it as an option. So we're pulling that in, and then we'll notice that we can pull in each of our properties, our columns. So I'll select the kickoff date. So we've got here directly pulling in testing table kickoff date. If we just jump out, and we can see that that's directly pulling it in there. Now, the great thing here that we really need to talk about is that you can access that data and manipulate it across your entire workspace. So now you've built something on Coda, but how do you share it with your team or clients? In Coda, sharing permissions are controlled at the doc level. This means if you want to share a page within a doc, then you're looking at sharing that entire doc. However, recently, they introduced synced pages, which allows you to create a synced database view in other docs. This syncs your data, and then you can share that doc knowing that that person doesn't have access to the entirety of your databases, your pages, your company info. Now, if you have multiple departments, you're going to have multiple docs, and through synced pages, only the synced data is going to be shared, which is a save. It's useful if you don't want that other person to see the information, but annoying because you have to create another doc. Now, sharing a doc in Coda is simple. Just head to the share button in the top right, add your teammate's email, like Dan's, decide if he should get a notification, and choose his access level. If you want to share more broadly, adjust link sharing settings so only your team, company, or email domain can access it. You'll also want to control whether they view, comment, or edit. Plus, you can update these permissions at any time. Pretty straightforward when it comes to sharing permissions in Coda, right? But something that will definitely influence your decision in using and paying for this tool is the way that it handles pricing. Now, we will create a video that specifically discusses Coda's pricing plans and dives into the features and limitations. However, I do need to let you know that editors in Coda are completely free. Now, an editor has access to make changes to docs, but cannot create docs, which is incredible value. Meaning, like if you've got a team of 10 and you assign only one person as the doc maker, they create the docs, then you can bring in your 9 other team members to make changes, add pages, track projects, and collaborate in Coda completely free. The value speaks for itself, but we haven't finished looking at Coda. As a business owner, whether you're managing a team of 50 to 100 or you're an individual freelancer, you are going to be using other apps. It's not ideal, but it's impossible to avoid. Coda really shines as a platform that not only allows you to automate things internally, but also to connect to your other apps. In Coda, we have automations and packs. Now, automations are automated workflows that occur natively in Coda. Packs are integrations with third-party platforms like Slack, Google, Jira, the whole works. We'll quickly discuss native automations and then look at packs. Now, Coda automations have 2 required parts: the triggered event, when this happens, and the action, then do this. You can set a trigger, like when a row is added, when a row is updated, a scheduled time, or a webhook request, which I love. And the actions automatically make changes to tables by adding, modifying, deleting, or duplicating rows, duplicating pages, pushing buttons, and adjusting control values, manipulating data from external services, notifying collaborators, and going through Coda's notification tool like Slack or Gmail packs. Now, you also have further control over filtering when automations should occur and assigning actions to team members. You will want to dive into Coda's automations yourself because it is pretty extensive and powerful. Now, I will say that out of all the work management tools, Coda's native automations is definitely a feature that sits up there as one of the best. But onto packs, which are Coda's integrations with other apps. However, they don't come free. You receive certain packs depending on your plan, and you'll either need to purchase an individual pack as an add-on. The going rate for this is around $10 per month, so consider your pricing plan for your doc maker and the add-on pack, if you do choose an add-on, or you can upgrade your plan to a higher tier, which will unlock other packs. These packs allow you to connect with your other tools. For instance, you could link your Coda doc to Slack and send notifications when a deadline approaches. You could also use the Google Calendar pack to automatically log meeting details and sync Jira issues directly into your Jira project management dashboard so everyone is informed always. Now, the available automation actions in these packs are super impressive. Usually with work management platforms, you're really limited in what you can actually achieve with another app, and you're usually forced to using a platform like Zapier or Make, but not with Coda. Plus, the Coda Marketplace allows anyone to add packs. These are obviously reviewed, but the fact that the public are able to create, sell, and share these packs means that integrations get improvements much quicker than other platforms, which rely on their internal product team to develop and deploy. Over the past few years, Coda has become increasingly popular within the productivity landscape. However, that is not to say that this is a productivity tool. Quite the opposite. This is the perfect tool for teams that want the ease of use, collaboration, and visual customization of Notion, but want more structured and strong data to back that up. And wouldn't complain if more robust automations and integrations and better formula functions were thrown in. But like with any tool, there is a best practice when it comes to starting your build. You'll first need to identify your needs, which is super simple. Do you need a centralized hub for team collaboration that holds everything like an intranet? Or are you just looking to create a project tracker for your team? Perhaps neither, and you want a simple CRM. If you're looking for a tool that does one specific thing, then I wouldn't really suggest Coda. The power of this tool is in how it's packaged as an all-in-one solution. However, if you were looking for a tool for your document handling, like a Wikibase, knowledge resource, or CMS solution, then I would suggest looking into Coda. But for those that use it for the majority of their work management, well, they're going to get the most value out of it. Now, while Coda is a powerful and popular tool, I can't be biased when weighing up its powers against its limitations. The powers of Coda are the stance as an all-in-one platform, replacing multiple tools with a single solution, plus that attractive pricing. Its scalable flexibility, which is the way it handles data and allows you to start simple, then scale as you grow. Collaboration first, which means working in real time with your team on one doc. Customization, allowing you to tailor every doc to suit your workflow and company. And cross-tool connectivity, seamlessly integrating with your favorite apps and achieving a lot more. The limitations of Coda are in the performance issues with large data. You'll soon find that docs with excessive data or really complex formulas slow down the servers. Now, while the mobile app is functional, the mobile experience is lacking and something that needs to be improved. And offline access. It's just non-existent. Well, I hope we found out if Coda is the right tool for you. If you need help or inspiration, you can visit Coda's resources to learn more, find out about live sessions, and engage in the community. If you need help setting up or automating parts of your business, don't hesitate to reach out to us at automationhelpers.com. Our team of experts are offering a free 30-minute consultation, so book yours today.